Is there a way for one SSH config file to include another one? In case it matters. OS, Ubuntu 10.04 SSH, openssh_5.3p1 Debian 3 Ubuntu 5. I'd like one SSH config file to include another one. The use case would be to define whatever I want in my default .ssh/config file and then prepend a couple of extra things in a separate file, for example, ~/.ssh/foo.config. I want the second file to incorporate the first one, though, so I don't have to duplicate everything in the first one. Is that doable? Thanks.
From 7.3p1 and up, there is the include keyword, which allows you to include configuration files. Include the specified configuration files. Multiple path names may be specified and each path name may contain glob3 wildcards and, for user configurations, shell-like references to user home directories. Files without absolute paths are assumed to be in ~/.ssh if included in a user configuration file, or /etc/ssh if included from the system configuration file. Include directive may appear inside a match or host block to perform conditional inclusion. Source /config5. You should put the include clause on top of the file. For example, you could have in ~/.ssh/config and in ~/.ssh/config.d/home. From the comments, use the below to include all files in the config.d directory.
If you want to start a SSH client, you could do this in bash. Then you use SSH normally and it will have both files read in that order. For the server daemon SSHD you could do the same, just use if instead of f and write this down where you start the daemon directly. You don't need an alias. A second possibility according to the man page is to put the system-wide configuration in /etc/ssh/ssh_config and the user one in ~/.ssh/config. Update. Apparently there is a problem with some bash versions and how the devices are created. See this URL. This is a workaround, though in my opinion ugly. So if you want, you may create a function out of it, or a script.
No, to my knowledge this is not possible. Here are the links to corresponding open feature requests, bug tickets. This URL. This URL.
Starting with SSH 7.3, released on August 1, 2016, an include directive is available. Include the specified configuration files. Multiple path names may be specified and each path name may contain glob wildcards and shell-like references to user home directories. Files without absolute paths are assumed to be in ~/.ssh. An include directive may appear inside a match or host block to perform conditional inclusion. Here is the link to the resolved bug report that also includes the patch. This URL.